We got a guy to the 50 line. The Taternators are at the 50-yard line. Gets the tag.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Red zone.
Got the tag, got clipped, but got the tag.
Taternators out there
Taternators out there trying to work it. But you know what? When you get to certain spots up front, you start realizing there's guys that are going for that tag and there's guys that aren't going for the tag. And it doesn't seem like they've been having guys that are really going for the tag. When you got guys going for the tag, the other team has to do something. Uh-oh. We got a guy to the 50 line. The Taternators are at the 50-yard line. Gets the tag.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Red zone.
Got the tag, got clipped, but got the tag.
Taternators out there
Taternators out there trying to work it. But you know what? When you get to certain spots up front, you start realizing there's guys that are going for that tag and there's guys that aren't going for the tag. And it doesn't seem like they've been having guys that are really going for the tag. When you got guys going for the tag, the other team has to do something. Uh-oh. We got a guy to the 50 line. The Taternators are at the 50-yard line. Gets the tag.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Red zone.
Got the tag, got clipped, but got the tag.
Taternators out there
Taternators out there trying to work it. But you know what? When you get to certain spots up front, you start realizing there's guys that are going for that tag and there's guys that aren't going for the tag. And it doesn't seem like they've been having guys that are really going for the tag. When you got guys going for the tag, the other team has to do something. Uh-oh. We got a guy to the 50 line. The Taternators are at the 50-yard line.
All right. So it is. Let me go ahead and put a live scene here. Are we? No. Okay. Hold on. All right. So it is. Let me go ahead and put a live scene here. Are we? Am I? No. Okay. Oh, that's right. All right. Now we're at 12 on the dot. Sorry about that, boys. Let me just go back to where I wanted to share with you guys real fast. All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm glad there was at least like 17 people. 12 of you are just tuning in right now. I'm happy for everybody here. It is Friday, August 2nd. Wow, 8 months into 2024 already. And what have we done? Literally nothing. I'm just over here chilling. I'm hoping you guys are having a good one so far. CPT, what's up, boy? Boy, I'm stumbling on my words there, but I had at least a cup and a half of coffee, so hopefully we can get through our hour like nothing. I love each and every one of you. I hope you guys are having a good day. The stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend you. Oh, suck my balls. So we're going to get this started right in just a moment here, but today I just kind of want to thank Blowback Masters for all your high cap and G series parts. And of course, Nepro for all your Speedsoft gear, tactical gear, tactical gear and paintball gear. Be sure to check them out. Oh, and did I forget to not mention Russian River Brewery? What? Anthony, what? Where did you get that? What? AJ. Okay, so not really a sponsor. I really wish, but I do need a coffee sponsor. If anyone's out there, holla at your boy. Now, today we're going to be talking a little bit about the concerns of what is going on in the Speedsoft community. Hello, good morning. What's up, Jason? I love you, bro. Hope to see you soon. I might just make it out to Speed Night next week, but I'll keep everyone updated through Instagram because that's where I'm most active. Be sure to follow me on that. When are you coming out with a new vid? Hopefully Monday. I'm going to just try to get what I can and just kind of, just whatever, just upload what I can. The uploads have been kind of stalling just because I haven't been able to go to the field lately. I've been dealing with a lot of family stuff. I got my house. I still got to sell that. Got to move. Got to do a bunch of other stuff. Life, right? Who knew? But look. My cup and a half of coffee is going to get in your guys' face today because today we're going to be talking a little bit about the concerns for the current competitive scene in Airsoft. And what do I mean by that? Well, we're going to be talking a little bit about the Speedsoft scene. And some of you are probably thinking, oh, good, Speedsoft. Well, you Milsome armchair Marine. Let me tell you one thing. Look, Speedsoft is actually pretty fun if you give it a try. I used to hate Milsome, but it's actually kind of fun if you play it specifically, depending on the field, and you can still get along with everyone, right? You can still be friendly with the people you still hate. Who knew? But, yes, there's a lot of inconsistencies that have been occurring, especially at the last few Speed QB events, primarily that a lot of teams have been having some form of animosity towards one another, which is weird. And there's this new trend of forcing trades. The shrugging, of course, is always going to be there. People kind of going off on one another on social media. People posting receipts, whatever that might be. And, it's just people just kind of, man, you just got a bunch of grown-ass men playing with toy guns, and it's just cringe all around, not knowing how to behave online or in person, just taking it way too serious. And I've seen people use, their status or their sponsors as a way to just, to validate their argument entirely. Like, who are you, little bro? What is going on? So thanks to the 21 people who are currently viewing this, I'll look at all your comments right now, and I'm going to hold it off for a little bit so I can get into the nitty gritty within the first 10 to 15 minutes, just so you guys can understand what I'm getting across here. Can you make a scattergun Reaper video? What's funny? I'll make another one because I did upgrade it. I'm looking at it right now. It's my beautiful scattergun Reaper, which I did add a rail from the SPX2. I had to cut that thing to the length of the Reaper, and it looks awesome. For the fact of the matter is that I can't really get my hands on a rail for the Breacher, the Tokyo Marui Breacher, because those things are pretty much like a golden egg in the fucking sea of just mediocrity when it comes to aftermarket parts or anything. So now, I digress. So literally, I'm just going to kind of go through my notes. I did write a script for this, stream specifically, which was going to be a video before the stream or vice versa. I don't know. I just got a lot of projects I kind of want to do, a lot of ideas that I just want to hash out. But let's just get to the nitty gritty, right? Speedsoft, right? So let me just kind of take you a little bit back. COVID, right? Nothing's been going on. Post-lockdown, everyone just wants to get out, have fun. Looks like there's a lot of content, a lot of stuff that's being made, a lot of stuff that, people want to get into, and that is being Speedsoft, and more specifically, this Speed QB scene. All right, yeah, cool. I'm just making sure everything works here. But in its entirety, it seems like, it's been flourishing, right? You got NorCal that was coming out, you got SoCal that was coming back, and you got the East Coast that are finally having fields and finally doing their own thing. SpeedQB finally started hosting events out there, which has been pretty cool because Roy is a really chill ass dude. We really don't get too many people like him around. Of course, you got Keegan, very chill, and then John from the Syndicate, Keegan from CSL, John from the Syndicate, both chill ass guys, making it happen in their respected areas or regions. But event 3 Attack City was a little interesting. So yes. So that will be the primary focus for today's stream. Look, I love the community, but god damn, you guys are a little off sometimes. And it's weird because there's a lot of patterns that I've been recognizing since, post-COVID. It's going to be this, and it's going in a cycle. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but post-COVID, you got teams that have been winning, teams that have been retiring, people going off on one another, people leaving, and then we end up with a low player base, and then we end up with with a decent player base, and it just keeps going and going and going. Damn, that's a mighty damn coffee. Fucking big head. I love you too, bro. All right, so look, NorCal scene. Look, we had a lot of people. We had a lot of teams. We had at least over a dozen, close to 16 teams, to the point where if you didn't register for a SpeedQB event back in 2020 to 2022, you may not be able to play. And if you didn't register, then what are you doing? You got to register early. And that's where people were at for a little while. And so you had all these teams. People started leaving over time because, well, one, you got people just kind of going off on one another, making the entire culture for the scene a little off-putting. And then two, you got people shrugging. Of course, people don't want to call it. It's way more easy to cheat when you are shooting plastic BBs. And with have you ever been full autoed by a 13-year-old with the F2? No, because he would probably be on the floor by then. I'm just kidding. No. So you got a lot that's happening. You got a lot that's going on in NorCal. And we had the new field, Sac County Airsoft, kind of opening up. Everything's been going great. Everything's been going great. And so we've been having some issues because now we had the field that opened up, lost our best partner, and then, wasn't able to hack it, wasn't able to organize stuff. The field owner was just kind of misguided on what they believed was appropriate for the field and what they felt like what events were specific and should be allowed to be able to play there, whatever. So we lost SpeakyB for about 2 years. Nobody was really able to play events. We had Syndicate come by, but it looks like also Syndicate had some, issues with working with the field owner there at SCA or whatever. So now we come to this. Now we come to the point where, we are dwindled down to only just like 3 or 4 teams. It could have changed. I honestly haven't been to Sac County in like 2 or 3 months. It's been a little while. Like I said, I've been dealing with a lot of other stuff, but I haven't been to Sac County in a while. So I'm just trying to base it off of what I remember. It could be changed, it could have changed. There might be more teams or more people, but like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. But more recently now, thanks to Adam and some other people behind the scenes like Andy and Ray, we finally got SpeakyB back to Sac County. It looks like Adam stepped in. He was like, all right, man, field owner, you got to move aside. Let me take care of this, whatever. It worked. So we got SpeakyB. And I think the last event I played with him was in May. It was like mid-May or early May. It's great. Great event. I appreciate Roy for everything. He just tries to make it a vibe. Now, we tried to have 2 more events in NorCal, right? We try to have 2 more events in NorCal. And for the fact of the matter is, it sucks. It sucks because we had one event which was it was an unofficial event that Roy tried to have, and it didn't go through because there was a low player base. Sorry, I think the coffee's just fucking leaving my body now. But it was a low player base and there was a low turnout, so nobody really registered or registered too late. So that event was canceled. And then a month later, there was an official event that occurred that Roy was still trying to have. He did DM all the NorCal teams and people that were going to be in attendance. I was going to film that day. I wasn't going to participate, but just more film and just kind of get some side footage. That one was also canceled due to low turnout. So it's like, what the fuck? Okay. What's going on in NorCal? Again, low player base, low teams. There's not a lot of people playing as it was before. It seems like the hype for our community in NorCal has just completely started to diminish. And I could attribute it to NSL being super NSL focused, which is not a bad thing in particular, but it kind of doesn't give enough room for other events or other variety of, for Speedsoft events or people to kind of get engaged or whatever. It's not new player friendly because of all the rules and regulations that are involved with NSL. Again, I'm not trying to throw a dig at it, but it's just, you can't expect there to be any growth when you have something that is not, 1, regulated, 2, it's a little complicated for newer players. I think they should definitely get into SpeakyB before, or CSL. Anything that's fairly just simplistic, easy to get into. There's a few rules here and there, just to, play and get their feet wet or whatever. I'm looking at your comments right now, but but NSL is doing its thing. Of course, the Nations Cup was just about a week or 2 ago. Congratulations to the USA team, by the way, for showing those pesky Europeans what freedom is all about. Good stuff to Cringe and the rest of the boys. I know Mudcat and a few of the Savage boys were out there. Congrats. You guys are doing amazing out there. And by the way, honestly, they really hit it home and they really took the goal. Awesome. I wish there were cash prizes because there would be way more incentive for players to actually just, kind of keep playing and everything. But they got their trophies. Cool. Get those bragging rights, boys. Bring it home. So, we have another SpeakyB event. I think that's next week. We have another SpeakyB event next week, next weekend. I'm definitely going to be out there. I'm going to be filming. But I hope that one's not canceled. See, and that's where we're at. Like, I'm hoping we're not getting canceled. I gotta talk to Roy at some point. But yeah, no, that's just kind of like, segueing into the point of what I'm trying to talk about. We have a community that doesn't seem to be wanting to correct itself. And you kind of see that there's a trend of just where players are just comfortable with where everything's at. And to be honest, I haven't, as much as I've talked about the current community in NorCal right now, I haven't been able to go out there and try to work on it myself. I haven't had the opportunity to, go out there. I wish I can, but there are so many things I just want to work around. August 17th. Thank you, Big Head. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely. I don't think I'm gonna participate in that event for Speaky Bee on August 17th. I think I'm just gonna film. But yeah. So Speaky Bee's been having all these events, right? And now that they're making an effort to go out to all these other fields, NorCal is kind of working on itself a little bit. I've had a few people tell me that the NorCal scene is dying. Like, I wouldn't doubt it. It kind of just goes in waves. It's like a cycle. It's always just gonna repeat itself. SoCal had a few events recently, and it seemed to be getting a little spicy for the fact that a few NorCal teams, I can't remember, was it the end of June event? I think it was, where it got a little spicy, and some teams from NorCal were kind of going at it with some teams in SoCal. I'm probably over exaggerating it, but it seems like there was a few social media posts. I'm trying to find them. There's a social media post where there was this one guy from NorCal that was getting flamed on from the rest of SoCal. And I'm like, damn, you should have just kept your mouth shut, bro. Cause damn, wow. And the arguments that were going back and forth kind of brought to my attention, things that people feel like they are validated when they bring these things up. And one is sponsors. 2 is resume. And, those things can definitely go hand in hand when it comes to the community. But the thing is, people feel like they're validated, through specific experience when it comes to, just being out there, playing these games, whatever, that really have no merit because there's no cash prizes. There's no money. There's no such thing as, being a pro airsofter, because again, I've said this all the time. I don't know why people get the idea that they are pro airsofters, when there's no cash money involved. No one makes a career out of it. It's insane. It's crazy. So I'm on Bloodthirsty's page, and, which one was it? Sorry, I'm just trying to find the right one. I think it was this one, obviously, because it's got the most comments and the most likes. But Bloodthirsty, I believe, is Quitsky. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that one. But is doing a really good job capturing all the moments that you see on the field and editing it in just a particular way where it just seems so appealing and awesome and looks really good. And this is what I love about the community down in SoCal, is because they got a lot going on. And here, I guess this is also based off of the end event in June, but it's interesting because there's one thing that you kind of see, and I don't know if you caught that, but it's forcing trades, and that's been one of the biggest trends that I've seen lately. And I don't know what's going on in SoCal. I haven't been out there. I haven't had that experience myself, maybe like once or twice, but it was just more like a accident type of thing. It's just more of a very spur of the moment reaction from the opponent. So, I don't hold any fault against some of these players. I don't hold any fault when I go up against somebody like that, unless they really mean it, but but yeah, no, Bloodthirsty makes really awesome edits. Check him out if you guys haven't, because he literally captures the entire hype of all of these events. Boom. So yes, it's interesting to see where everything's at right now, because now you're getting a lot of arguments. You're getting a lot of people with ego. You're getting a lot of people trying to use a lot of stuff to validate their arguments, their background, their experience, or whatever. There's a few things I want to get into that, because of the fact of, is because some of these leagues aren't regulated. Are their arguments even validated? Well, it's like we're playing this. I mean, you can honestly see it, and we're playing it as a hobby. This is just a hobby for everybody, right? Nobody's, like I said before, nobody's making any money. There's no pro airsofters or whatever, yada, yada, yada. It's just inconsistent. And I did write a script I did want to bring out real quick because it's just so many things that are going on. Of course, sponsors, that's one of the biggest things. Sponsors being not as supportive as you would expect them to be. Of course, we had the small controversy between Murder Inc. and LA Kappa. LA Kappa did a complete draining of the swamp through a bunch of sponsored individuals and teams. So there's only a few people that are sponsored by LA Kappa. Not sure if it's a financial issue or whatever it is. I don't know if they're just actually paying attention now and cleaning house. They were never based on a contract, which kind of messed over a few teams like Murder Inc. And that's the unfortunate side of, or that's the reality of sponsors in the airsoft space. And I feel like it's kind of, we're being taken advantage of because we are a low player base. We aren't as big as paintball or, regular sports like basketball, hockey, football, whatever, this is such a small community. It's a very small community. And if it comes down to, if one or two teams leave a region, there can't be any events being held or that could be held just to try and uphold it. Shrugging is another thing. If you've seen some of the patterns that have occurred, more specific example, the finals for any event, if you paid attention and see the top teams, of course they're gonna have more penalties more often than not, because of the fact that teams want to just kind of get that win and do everything that they can. But it seems like the shrugging is more relevant, and you can kind of see which teams hold the most patterns for said issue. And of course, ego, we see a whole lot. And hold on, I'm just gonna play this in the background. Ego, we see that a whole lot because people feel like their shit don't stink, which is cool. But honestly, I don't know, man. It's cool to pop off, but there's got to be a certain level of respect when it comes down to, playing your opponent, popping off on the field, and just, keeping it chill right after. What happened with the championship series at Tech? End of June. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of go off a little bit with the script that I did make, just to kind of keep it interesting, maybe a little bit thought-provoking. But this is just what I had so far, based off a video I was gonna make. This is just one of the projects that I still am interested in making at some point, just to kind of bring the awareness out there, based off of what's been happening over the last several months. And the current state of okay, thank you, Spitz. The current state of competitive airsoft is marked by several challenges and inconsistencies, and players are often acting out due to egos, forcing trades, and a tendency to shrug just to get the upper hand, which is what we've been seeing, little by little. Ego, shrugging, and having a pro dynamic, low player base are often some of the things that seem to get in the way of these scenes, within the scene's growth. The heightened competitiveness has led to a noticeable culture shift within the community. And that is what I've also seen, is the culture shift of just wanting to win. Reactionary, overshooting. And is it just coming down to, are you still having fun? Ego and shrugging off BB hits has been a thing for a minute, right? So while also undermining the integrity of the scene, a lot of players, and I've seen a few good amount of teams, refuse to acknowledge hits, will leave a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. It's unfortunate. And people love to talk about, talking shit, like this team did this team did that. There's too much drama that's involved, and it's gotta leave the scene. Yeah. And then we got people who are, players that act like they're pro because they have sponsors. Honestly, it's gotta be one of the stupidest things in the fucking world. Shit's gotta change, but we'll get to that in a minute as well. There are no current players being actively supported financially in the scene, and it's unheard of. No brand would financially support a ton of babies on the spectrum playing with toy guns, and that's a real thing. At most, the entire community would struggle getting past D5 X-Ball if it came down to it. And that's the truth. That is the truth. 500 FPS times ahead. I wish, man. That would stop people from... I mean, I think it's just a liability issue, obviously, from the field with whatever insurance they're working with. But yeah, I think that could hopefully be done at some point. I mean, the Philippines does it. So going back, the entire behavior not only skews the reputation of the sport, but also discouraging new players and spectators, right? Because then you get new teams who join and then they leave, or they join other teams, and then it's just like, it's a never-ending cycle, and then they leave. Lately, the sport has been boring to watch. It's not really fun. Maintaining some form of sportsmanship isn't hard, and it's hard of a pill to swallow for a lot of people. We got to grow the scene, and unfortunately, it seems like people's behaviors, they don't know how to work themselves out. Oh, there goes Andy. Oh. You can go on social media and see arguments from time to time, but one thing I've seen, many teams turn to a track record of resumes to quickly shut down arguments. Now, having a resume is awesome. Like, you played a lot of teams, you've won a lot of events. Great. Good for you. But having a resume may not matter in the grand scheme of things, kind of going back to everything being unregulated. There's no established divisions, lack of consistency in both scheduling and officiating. So, people would see ref bias or whatever that might be. I've seen a lot of people who were kind of butthurt say that there was ref bias for specific teams, more notably SYG. I've seen that before. I haven't had that issue, so I haven't really seen it. And it's few but far in between everything that happens in the event. And for example, NSL hosts a few events this season with no regular divisions, meaning that any skill level can join in the same event with a team that is fresh and may not know what they're doing. So if I were to start a team, Taternators, and we were experienced and we will have like a few of one events under our belt, I could play against a new team known as like Silly Bananas or ABC, whatever, right? And they could just be playing in the same event as me, and I could squash them. They spent $800 just to lose, and I could just still kind of compete. So, just kind of having that, there's no merit behind it, right? It kind of sends a message that, sandbagging could be potential under the intentional. Obviously, there's teams that keep playing and playing and playing and playing. Unlike paintball, which has more developed competitive structure, Airsoft struggles to provide a stable and fair environment for all its competitors. Even then, not every sponsor can support players like the pros. Of course, cheating is a thing. It's always going to be a thing. It's never going to be stopped unless we take more accountability for these types of behaviors, consequences, whatever. It's insane to see the current dynamic, which is why we need to change the culture from egotistical wannabe paintball LARPers to just hanging out with the boys. That's all it's ever been. Again, this is dope, right? Don't get me wrong. This is dope, but there is no way in hell we're going to have a bunch of grown men going at each other's faces. Like I said before, there's a certain amount of sportsmanship and respect that should be maintained when playing these events. It's never that serious. You can pop off on the field. You can go off, go crazy. Like, oh, what's up? What's up? Yeah, like hit that flag at the other end of the field, whatever it might be. But at the same time, you got to be chill off the field. It's never that serious. I could see people who you could definitely tell have nothing else going on outside of Airsoft. It's wild. It's wild, right? Like, what are you doing? And it's just insane. I'm just going to put on these bloodthirsty videos in the background, by the way, but it's insane to kind of see that some people would justify their behavior just so that way they can just make themselves probably feel better in the end. But who knows? Well, moving forward, hold on. Well, hopefully in response to the challenges facing the competitive airsoft scene, the growing call in the community should be able to elevate the standards of the sport. You like how I consulted with ChatGPT for this shit? This means holding the scene to a higher regard by demanding more accountability for players, teams, and organizers. Greater emphasis is being placed for the fair play, honesty, sportsmanship, just to restore and maintain the integrity of the game, which I know is going to be a little bit challenging, but it's got to take a whole community just to kind of work on itself a little bit more. By implementing stricter rules and ensuring consistent enforcement, the community aims to create a more respectful and trustworthy environment. Now, I've seen NSL attempt to do that with their refs when they actually have regulated refs come out to the States and actually ref. But when you have people who are just new that just come out of nowhere, what are you doing? What are you doing? I've seen people just kind of stand there and a dude get hit, a guy will get hit, and they don't get the call, and the guy's just kind of zoning out. I mean, it's probably not his fault, but you know, it is boring to stand there several hours throughout the day and probably getting paid like a whole lunch or maybe $50 or whatever it might be. Pay your refs, leagues. Come on. I'm pretty sure all these refs are getting paid well. But overall, the current state of competitive airsoft is marked by tension between the desire for personal glory and the need to maintain the sport's core values. I've seen Roy host events and get pissed because people don't want to act their age. People just want to keep arguing. No, I hit you. No, I hit you. And like, I know Roy is trying his absolute best, and I've never seen him upset except for one time. And this was in NorCal. And I can't believe people are still acting up. You could just see him clearly just visibly upset. He leaves. I think he had just finished it off. It was canceled or whatever because of the rain. This was at Cabers Field a long time ago. And it was just, it was interesting. It was interesting for sure. But you can kind of go out there. Look, I'm not saying you need to stop the egotistical behavior. You can go out there and be like, yeah, I'm the fucking shit. It's cool to act confident, pop off, for sure. But don't go crazy and argue with people on the internet. And don't go crazy and argue with people on the internet just for, you know, the fuck of it. Because you feel like you can't keep your mouth shut and you gotta double down on your idiocy. It's gotta change. It's gotta change, people. Forcing trades, right? Forcing trades has got to be another thing that's got to stop. I have a video here that I did want to show you guys. It's interesting to see. Sorry, it's like 720p because I downloaded it from Instagram. But it's interesting to see this particular event. This is a great example or the epitome of forcing a trade. This event happened at Project N1, I think within the last 2 or 3 months. And this was sent within the friends group chat that I've seen. I forgot the guy's name who filmed this, but credit to him. I'll try to provide credit in the description once we're done with this stream here. But damn, I have never seen such a forced trade in my entire life. And again, excuse the poor quality, but this is I think it's a limited class event at Project N1. Damn. Okay, so obviously the forced trade was gonna happen. It seemed like this person here had that in mind regardless, and it seems like they're no stranger to just kind of doing that. It's crazy just to see. He's waiting here. He grabs the flag because nobody else got it. Kid shoots him. Literally like 2 seconds in, shoots him back. Everyone sees him, and he has this reaction. Who is this dude? This dude has this reaction like, "Whoa, what's up?" I think that is Hector. The kid that was there. I think that was Hector. Hector makes some great plays, by the way. He's a younger kid. Look at that. Hits him. 2 seconds in, shoots him back. Hector did the right thing, I guess, by stepping out. That's more, notable in that kind of sportsmanship. He steps out. Of course, the guy has the goal to react like, well, what? What are you going to do? That's crazy. And that's the kind of shit that we've been seeing a lot. And whether it's on video or in the event, you are more likely to see this kind of shit happen more often than not. It's crazy. Let me reach into my DMs here. I know Spitz had just DM'd me just a moment ago. I'm not gonna name names on this DM, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. So. And was this? I'm assuming this was an event that happened about a week ago. Here, I'll play this. I'll replay this for you guys. Cast the video. Okay, here. I'll loop it for you guys so you can see it. So there's no calling, force trading, majors left and right. Up by 3-2. We stopped the game for about 30 minutes because they were both complaining about penalties and stuff. They came back on the field and continued the game, but at the end, they both had like 4 to 5 majors each team. Oh man, it's crazy. It's kind of exhausting at this point, which is I'm kind of happy I'm taking a break that I am now, just kind of dealing with my own priorities. Cooler for Noah's. What's up, bro? What's up, Noah? If you want to see some Wild Force trades, go watch the Filipino competitive stuff. But for real, people act like we are primetime ESPN. It ain't that serious. And that is correct, because I don't think we're ever going to be on any kind of live TV for this bullshit. Look, there's one pattern I've seen is just you got teams that are, again, like I said this before, teams that are playing in the finals, those are the times you're going to see the most consecutive penalties, regardless of, how good a team plays or how honorable they are. Because you see one team that's going to no call, you're going to have the other team that's also going to no call too. Might as well, right? Because, hey, maybe the refs aren't doing their job, or maybe the penalties aren't as harsh as they should be. Excuse me. But the fact of the matter is that I've also been noticing is the top tier teams that have been playing over the last few years, they eventually retire. And now that gives room for other teams to kind of work on their game, do whatever. And again, this isn't a dig to anybody, but this is what I've seen. Teams are going their way to the top. Once they retire, you got other teams that are, gives them room to get their way to the top against other lesser teams or other new teams. And, you see these people just kind of going at it like, no, I'm the best. No, I'm the best. And then you got a more experienced team coming back and then just whooping on all of them. It's crazy. It's crazy. People, I would say a majority of the community is not capable of surpassing D5 X-Ball whatsoever. And that's a motherfucking fact, because there is no strategies at all when it comes to Airsoft. I have never seen a team be strategic. Elite, SYG, Asylum, OG Asylum. And this is what I've seen. They still uphold a form of strategic methods when it comes to their play. Patience. A lot of people lack that. Tunnel awareness. I've seen a lot of current teams do that a lot. It's insane. But this right here, this is even more insane. This is just straight blatant. Guten Tag, Craig. I'm just going to keep playing this because that's just too funny. That is way too funny. M4H, Gerald brings out the old local NorCal team known as M4H, which was a old Milsom team back in the day before Speedsoft was ever a thing. When you wanted to play when you wanted to play Airsoft in NorCal, you knew who M4H was. And some of those guys were kind of scummy because a few of them worked at a local Airsoft store. And a few of them would never call shit. They would always have their team. They were sponsored by the Airsoft store. I think it was like Airsoft Extreme. This is back in 2010, the early 2010s. Crazy. But they were notarized throughout the entire community in NorCal. But they also walked around like their shit don't stink, even though they didn't ever called shit. So that's when we should have. That's why we should have just overshot them, Gerald. That's all good. Jason says, "Be humble." Of course, always be humble. Like I said, you have to have a certain level of respect and sportsmanship. You can't just have it wishy-washy any other way. People are getting too heated over what? Toy guns. It seems like SoCal is having a lot going on for them, which is great. I've seen Bloodthirsty making content. I've seen SpeakyB holding more events out there at Project N1, Attack City. Fucking awesome. I wish we had that in NorCal. But I can see that, some of these players have that kind of drive, that specific, motivation to keep on playing, to keep on winning, but in turn creates animosity towards other teams that are also having that same kind of motivation to keep going to the top. It's crazy. But we need to stop and pause for a moment. I remember when Australia had the same issue. People were just kind of going at one another. I remember talking to one of the players from Midnight Kendo. They had to hold their whole series, the whole thing, the Gel Ball League, on pause because people didn't know how to act. Is that a possible solution for what's going on in SoCal? Does Roy need to fucking put y'all on timeout? Because y'all don't know how to act. The player base is already low as it is. You guys are at least either in your late to early 20s, or sorry, your late teens to early 20s, or your late 20s and early 30s. It's like two demographics specifically there, because you got the younger side that's either going to play for a small amount of time and then go to college, live life, whatever, figure themselves out. And you got the grown-ass men that have the adult money that still want to play, but still, still don't know how to act. I always say, well, I don't always say, it's always what me and my friends always say. Airsoft, everyone's on the spectrum because nobody knows how to fucking act. Everyone's got their own perspective and everything. Goddamn. Bro, I remember I helped a kid on the opposite team and he was like surprised. Yeah, so it's just a lot. It's just a lot that goes on. I wish we had more accountability for specific teams, for specific players. I think we should just start having accountability for specific players and maybe eventually the teams. If you take out a team, again, it's just we have a low player base. If you take out a team, that could just kind of change the not the vibe, but just how everything works, the whole system of the community. Again, example, like NorCal, we only have 3 to 4 teams left over. Who's going to be able to play? I know SpeakUB is going to come back down in August 17th. Are we going to be able to have teams by then, or are we still trying to get ready for the NSL event that's going to happen in the beginning of September? Like, come on. Let's try to at least get everything going on the ball. I just want to be out there and start playing again. But I'll try and get out there, try to talk to people, try to convince people, try to bring them out. When I get a chance, I'll try to go back out to the field on the 10th if I can, and just make a whole day out of it, because I haven't been out there in a fucking while. But yeah, the guy who drove up to the small bunker with the flag here, for those that haven't seen it yet. And you can hear the people in the background reacting. Like, unbelievable. It's crazy. Yeah, I kind of heard a little bit about this team too. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. That's yeah, Spitz, I saw that too. Some of my teammates were talking about that because we did see and hear about what was going on during that event. It's crazy. I hope I hope this particular person can kind of better themselves a little bit. I know maybe Airsoft is, like the current priority for them in their lives. I hope we just don't get that kind of behavior influencing the rest of the community. And I've seen that, like we get people who shrug, people who try to win all the time, people who got to do whatever they got to do. Obviously, it's not really regulated, so, you don't care what people think about you, but you don't want to acknowledge it publicly that you shrug. And so other teams will see that, and it'll kind of influence the rest of the community. One bad apple spoils the bunch type of shit. And you get more people kind of going out of the way to start shrugging or start yelling, "Get out," even though they're not hitting anybody. They're just hitting the bunker. Did an open mock tournament back in 2021 at N1. Walked on as a filler, and every match was trying to force trade just because what does it say? I was not affiliated. The gatekeeping is real, unfortunately. Yeah, it's weird. It is super weird. I'm not sure if that's just a SoCal thing or if, I don't know, man. It probably was a NorCal thing at some point. Oh, do you want to DM me that do you want to DM me that clip, bro, on Instagram, and I'll just pull it up here? Northern Hostilities Syndicate clip. I think I played it before in a previous stream, but I think what he means was bro was playing some kid from Northern Hostility, I think, was playing with Outcast, and They were gunning down a bunch of people, bunkering a bunch of people, and then I think the other team got upset or whatever. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Man, here in Germany, I get hate for giving extra balls on plate carriers and helmets because they don't feel hits. It's weird. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, people just don't know how to, like, you got to understand you have a lot of gear on. You got to feel it, bro. All right. Here we go. If it loads. Because...
Boys, I'm pushing up.
Oh, he's playing with KSM. Okay.
You're not! I didn't get hit once. I didn't get hit once. I didn't get hit once. I promise you, bro. I didn't get hit once. I didn't get hit once. I didn't get hit once, bro. I didn't get hit one time. Not one time. Not one time.
All right, kind of looking at that clip again, I feel like he did get a trade. But yeah, I can kind of see just the adrenaline kind of rushing there when you're going up against an entire team that's not aware that you're coming at them like that. That's kind of funny in its own. But yeah, I think I'm just here for the drama. I dream this shit could be like the NFL one day, but until we go high FPS and the shrugging culture dies, it won't happen. Yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of teams shrug, man. A lot of teams shrug, but people don't want to be ready for that kind of conversation yet. The discourse needs to happen at some point, and I will bring it to you guys eventually. I'm going to be the most hated content creator at some point. But I try not to be. I'm trying to just be a loving asshole, you know? Like, I just want to be out there and just play, but also call out the inconsistencies. Where did this clip come out of? Northern Hostility. They kind of go around just promoting their stuff. Look, they got even merch. Huh. That's cool. Without giving you much attention, this is the video, literally. Please not higher FPS. I mean, if it's a sanctioned event, yeah, but I don't know. So I'm just going to be playing the videos on the background, but holy cow, dude. 1.5 joules, that could just be enough just to kind of make people call it. But our goal is to be out there for the championship. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. I want to go back out there to LA at some point to kind of play. I haven't played in a while. It's crazy. It's cool. Like, again, what Bloodthirsty does here is kind of show the cool side of the competitive scene. People, you know, bringing that energy, going off, just, you know, look at this. The jump. I don't know if that was a try. I didn't pay attention. But the jump onto the Doritos. Boom, boom, boom. What you doing, bro? Give me that flag, son. Look at that. That's the kind of energy that I like. And without the animosity involved, it's just perfect. It's a good formula. It can work. But we just need the community just to come together and fucking grow up a little bit. Just kind of take a step back. Hey, it's never that serious, little bro. Just keep playing. Come on. You're going to be even more cringe already playing a hobby that's involved. Oh, damn, Unc. Grandpa, who let Grandpa on the field? No, but you're gonna be more cringe playing a hobby that's already cringe in itself. You're playing with plastic BBs, with toy guns, grown ass man, just battling what for what and for no money, bro. Why are you gonna get that mad for playing, you know, for no money? You're just getting bragging rights, literally. Regulation on what you can wear. That is true. I know people have been talking about that. We're not going to get the NFL levels until game stream quality improves. VAR also needs to be the standard. Yes, I honestly do agree. Higher FPS might not be the worst idea, but easy to see people flinch from shrugs. Only for turnings, though. I mean, so shit, we want to... Oh, yeah, so he was responding to that. Grandpa Eddie. Yeah, no, it's fucking insane. I don't know. It just needs to show, Grandpa. It just needs to show that we can hold ourselves accountable and actually learn from, you know, our mistakes. We're still scratching the surface when it comes to the competitive scene. I'm aware, but it's already almost 4 years post-COVID, basically, post-lockdown, that we've all started having events over and over again. It's crazy. What happened to NSL? Nothing in particular, just the NSL is very focused in the NorCal scene, so it kind of just drives away the other motivation to kind of play these other leagues. So I'm hoping when SpeakyB comes back, as I said before, they don't cancel this event due to low turnout. But I understand. Roy comes from LA to drive all the way up here or fly all the way up here. I wouldn't want to waste my time either when it comes to a low turnout. But otherwise, if you set FPS too high, people are just going to get annoyed. Yeah, people are going to get annoyed, but I feel like people should also be aware of the high FPS that they're going to be playing, right? You're signing a waiver. You are aware of the high FPS. It could cause, a little bit more bullshit, but I think overall it could be beneficial. I mean, why not try it out once or twice? Yeah, I'm trying to see what else I wrote here. Just players having entitlement when it comes to requiring support from sponsors or wanting to show that they're the best in a sport that is not regulated, is not considered a sport. I mean, in some regard. I mean, I guess you can say it's a sport, but, I don't think we're going to be anywhere near where we should be. I have so many clips of a lot of no calls. It's insane. Yeah. Honestly, we need to. So if the culture is never going to change, at some point, we're going to have to also do call out culture. But I feel like that could just make it worse at the same time, right? I heard that somebody is trying to get SpeakyB back to Europe. Yeah. Paintball ain't even NFL level. Paintball's not even NFL level, but at least they got telestration to help visibility during games. But the guys running those streams need more broadcast experience because they often have inaccurate kill counts. Ooh, that's interesting. We have what? Oh, NTH for Speedsoft in Texas, but Dallas. Okay. Mandatory uniform code. No shirts, Speedo, one magazine. You're welcome. Yeah, I think that we can make that work. Unless Caber's got his particular fetish going on there, then Caber's gonna be like, what's that streamer's name? Dr. Disrespect. Caber. It's cool, bud. I'll delete the history. I got you. We ain't trying to be like Airsoft Samurai over here, man. I'll send him so he can put it on the stream. I think hold on. Is SpeakyB not in the EU? SpeakyB was Bert, who is now NSL. Yeah, so that's true. So there was some conflicts there. SpeakyB is no longer in Europe, or at least in the Netherlands. I don't think they're also going to be. I don't even know how far that whole scene is out there. I mean, I know France and Italy have their own things. Spain's got their own thing. Netherlands, you got Great Britain, and then you got Australia. Well, Australia is obviously not part of Europe, but on the other side of the world, that is not, the biggest freedom country in the world, which is us. I think Australia stopped doing it also because Mark burned out or quit. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Dude, I mean, you can see I got all the patches for every country. So I think the only countries that are playing SpeakyB right now is us, Brazil, I think, and Japan. I was going to say Dominican Republic. No. Puerto Rico, but Puerto Rico is part of the U.S., so, I mean, they get the freedom. And I think Bert still owns the rights to SpeakyB Europe. Does he? I thought they completely just stopped. Anyways. Yeah, so you got all these teams. I mean, I can only hope. I'm gonna try and go out to I'm gonna try and go out to the next event, for sure. I'm definitely going to be playing NSL. For those of you that are wondering, yes, I'm going to be playing on Team DVS. So I got to meet up with them at some point to kind of get some practice in, or just to play a few games here and there. Yeah, I'll be filming the next SpeakyB event. Hopefully that kind of goes through. Hopefully it doesn't get canceled. And look, you can love me, you can hate me for watching or for, watching the stream. I only speak what is being shown on social media, and that is very well known within the community because it often happens way more than you think. I don't think Speaky B was a registered trademark in EU. I think Hong Kong is still playing Speaky B still. Yeah, that's right. Hong Kong, Japan, America, Brazil. I still got their patches up here too. And I think, yeah. Crazy. I had a lot to be said, but I feel like there was more that I could have said in the span of this entire stream. But of course I'm going to have this a little bit more organized and a way more specific video. Maybe I could just kind of start on something today or whatever. If you guys have anything to add to this, please do so. I mean, there's a lot that's been happening here. What would you guys consider the top 3 worst things about competitive airsoft? There's ego, shrugging, the sponsors, entitlement, forced trades. Yeah, that's gotta be one of the wildest things. And I've seen Sapo even comment like, "Hey, try that at Champions when I'm around. See what happens." I don't blame him. This shit's fucking annoying. Try forcing trades next time you see me when I'm reffing at Champs. That's crazy. That first video was just a forced trade for sure. Shit's been a thing for decades now. Ruins the fun. Get that BS out. Too many people calling hits late and forcing trades, ruining Speaker B for real. Yeah, bro, just go home, little bro. If you just do that, just go home. Nobody wants you here. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna fucking work on this video in a bit here. I'm just gonna start recording and then just kind of edit it little by little. Should I call out tomorrow? I'm supposed to be working the only Saturday I got every 2 months. I don't think anything's really happening today either way, so it's like whatever. A lack of maturity. Yeah, people don't know. The thing also died quickly. I think it was because they created Speaker B Italy and they had to pay the rights to pay the rights to Bert. Damn, Bert is just money hungry. Oh shit. But that's a different story for a different day. I hope I went over everything like decently within the stream. I hope I got my point across because NorCal is not really much. There's not really much happening in the NorCal scene when it comes to Speedsoft. There's a lot going on in SoCal. I just want to go out there and play. Tax City and N1 events look so dope. I just want to play with the HSA boys. Sent a clip. Do you want me to show the clip? I don't know if I can. If I'm going to expose any of the stuff here.
Hey, River One! River One! River One! Oh! River One!
Oh, I gotta wait. Replay that back.
River One! Oh! River One!
Wait. Did he just flinch there?
Hey, River One! River One!
His head's right here.
Oh! River One!
Oh man, that's funny. That's hilarious. As an owner, the most frustrating thing about competitive airsoft is the lack of money being made versus the people who say they want it. Yeah, that is true. There's not enough. That's why I stopped hosting tournaments. Yeah, there's not enough financial support. There's not enough, to justify giving people, money. I know Roy doesn't really make a profit as much from what I was told. And he keeps it chill. I mean, he's able to still financially support the whole league, but especially in times of just economic turmoil, he's still making it happen, which is cool. Caber, you're awesome regardless of what you do. I love you, bro. You're awesome. No one holds you at fault for anything at all. We have to, and that kind of gives us that perspective. We really have to take into consideration of all the factors that come into making these events happen. You got the refs that are coming out of, out of their time to volunteer or to get at least some money, standing around for several times a day, or if they have the energy to do so, they're happy to do it. the field owners that are letting these events happen, the field the organizers for these events that are coming by out of their own time just to do everything that they can to host these events, and players themselves, of course, you just try to make it as the best way possible as much as you can. SoCal, I envy you for having the big community that you do now, but I feel like it's going to probably diminish over time if this culture doesn't change and it continues the way as it is now. Roy doesn't really make money off of signups. That usually goes to the field. Yeah, that usually goes to the field. Best field in NorCal and why? That's kind of hard. That is really hard. If you're looking for indoor CQB, I'd say CQB City. If you're looking for SpeedSoft, I'd say SCA. If you're looking for outdoor, I would say True Aim. I don't even know if it's True Aim anymore. K-Bear, is it still True Aim? Are you planning on getting the QCU from the Gorilla Mac Airsoft? I love Mac Customs, Mac, the Italian guy, right? That guy really knows what he's doing. We'll see you soon, bro. We got to go to sec. Okay. Yes. Let me know. Hit me up on my DMs. I'm definitely going to go out there for the championships. Let's link up. Let's do it. I am so fucking down. I'm planning on getting the QCU from Gorilla Mac Airsoft. Maybe. I haven't really purchased anything in a while. I'm really downsizing right now. I still got my ARC and I still got my Article 1. I'm probably just going to be using the ARC as my main rifle for the time being. I tried it and fell in love getting one next month. He's doing everything alone. Best outdoors, Oroville. Got to use that QCU for a couple games. That thing is crazy cool. Looks like we're already pretty much closing out our time here. Thanks for everyone for listening to me yap. I hope that we're able to kind of come to a realization in the community that, not all of this isn't serious. We should just be having fun. And yeah, you can just pop off. But like I said, sportsmanship, respect, just kind of go out there on the field, not having the highest expectations because you're just playing a game that is just mostly for bragging rights. And for you to be entitled to kind of use either sponsorships, resume, or becoming a pro as your basis for trying to validate an argument with some random guy or stranger that you just started arguing with online, it's fucking retarded. It's weirdo behavior. You gotta just chill and just look at it from the bigger picture, because there's, again, a lot of things that can happen. Your community, like what we have in NorCal, could diminish, may not have much of a variety, and you shouldn't take for granted what you currently have. And SoCal looks like it's got a lot going on. CQB City is like the home court for me, and I've seen you there before, but I need to try an outdoor field. Hey, yo, I made it to a stream finally. Sheesh. Yeah, but I'm ending it right now, Aldra. I'm sorry. I love you, bro. You know what's funny? People from Arizona, they suck. They really suck when it comes to airsoft. And I'm thinking of Algebra, GBB. That guy's content, caca. Straight caca. No, I'm kidding. Everyone from Arizona, don't hate me. I love you all very much. Especially Algebra. You're great. God damn it. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to go ahead and make myself a torta now, de asada, and just kind of go from there. But I do appreciate you and everyone for joining the stream. I'll try to keep it a little bit more, especially that guy. I'll try to keep it a little bit more organized next